On the other occasion that I wanted to share with you about the great goodness of God is one of our ministry partners. And this is a very godly woman. She goes to a very prestigious Methodist church in the nation of Singapore. And her husband is a very high-ranking military officer, but very, very godly family. And besides her career as a high-ranking insurance agent, she also does a women's fellowship in her church. Now, so there are, I think, 4 children in the family, and now her mother, very godly woman, is suffering with terminal cancer, very advanced stage of cancer. And mother has seen 3 generations in her family. So which means the mother is a great-grandma. Now she is in advanced stage of cancer. So her daughter came to see me and she pleaded with me, please come and pray for my mother. I don't normally make house calls or hospital calls because that is not my job, it is a pastor's job. But because this is our ministry partner and a very dear friend of our ministry, I made an exception. So I went to the hospital, and before we went into the room to see the mother, the daughter told me, when you pray, please don't mention the word cancer, because my mother doesn't know that she's going to die. Of course, the mother knows she's got cancer, but the mother doesn't know how severe the cancer is. And the mother doesn't know that her cancer is stage 4 and very terminal. That the mother doesn't know. All the mother knew was she had cancer and she had gone through some radiation treatment and she had lost all her hair. So I was taken into the room, and the mother had put on a wig to see me. And after all these niceties and all done, now time came for prayer. So now the same scenario happened again. So the Lord told me, tell her to let the mother go. I want to give her rest. So now I remember the 92 incident. So I decided I must now outsmart this woman and fulfill the Lord's desire. So I stopped praying. I took this woman out and I looked at her and I said, do you love your mother? She looked at me and she said, yes, I do. And I asked her the second time, do you really love your mother? She said, of course I do. I looked at her straight in her eyes and I asked her the third time, do you really, really love your mother? By the third time, she somehow guessed what I was trying to say, and tears began to roll down her eyes like rivers. And she caught hold of my hand and she said, tell me what's really happening. So I told her what the Lord showed me. Because, I forgot one part. When I was initially praying for the woman, the mother in the hospital, the Lord came to me and He said, whose prayer should I answer? Your prayer or my daughter's prayer? Meaning that mother. So I asked the Lord, what do you mean, Lord? He said, then He showed me what prayer the mother was praying. Every night, when the mother is all alone in the hospital bed, she would be wriggling in pain. And she would cry out to the Lord, Lord, please take me home. Lord, please take me home. I cannot bear this pain. Please take me home, Lord. Please take me home. She prayed this prayer every day. So now the Lord asked me, should I answer her prayer or should I answer your prayer? Whose prayer should I answer? So I conveyed this to her daughter. And she cried and she cried and she cried. Then she said, I am willing to let my mother go. Because now she knew what the mother is praying, or how the mother is really feeling inside her, which the mother has never conveyed to any of the children. She kept all the pain to herself. My mother did the same thing, when she was in the last 1 month in the hospital bed. She never told any of the children the real pain that she was going through. If I was not shown that by 2 angels who stood by her bedside, I myself would not have known how much of pain she had suffered during the last 1 week before she went home to be with the Lord. Anyway, so then this daughter held my hand and she said, but please ask the Lord to extend her life, at least for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, so that I will gather all the entire family to be with my mother for one last time before she goes home. I said, all right, but no guarantee, because I'm not God, right? I can only convey your request to the Lord, and then He is the ultimate judge. So we went back to the hospital room, and amazingly, the Lord was still standing in the very same spot where I left. So He looked at me and He asked me now, so do you have an answer? I said, yes, Lord, I have an answer. So now I brought the new request to the Lord. I said, Lord, your daughter has agreed to let the mother go, but she requests us to extend her life for a little while so that the mother can do this A, B, C, D. The Lord looked at me and He said, because you asked, I will do this for you. He said, I am granting this request by extending her life for, I can't remember whether it was for weeks or for a month or 2. And instantly, whatever pain she was experiencing at that moment disappeared. And she was discharged. She went home, and the last month, I think, maybe a month or maybe 3 months, were the most happiest day of her entire life. And when the time came for her to go home, she died so peacefully without any pain. In my 45 years of walking with God and praying for people, I have seen the great goodness of God in not answering prayer. There are times He answers prayer, but when He doesn't want to answer, He shows me His heart, and His heart is always for the suffering ones. How much His heart is full of pain at the suffering ones. And in His mercy, He doesn't heal. He could heal. Isn't He, Pastor Lenny? Could heal. But He doesn't want to heal, but just take them home. Because of the higher good of giving them rest. Rest for their bodies, rest for their soul, rest from all their finished works. Many times also, the Lord sees whether they have done what He has asked them to do. He sees that too. So if not you meaning not you, please don't think you are going to die. No. If we, in our limited vision or ability, have done what the Lord has called us to do, then we have completed our work. Whether it's big work or small work, much work or just one work, doesn't matter the quantity. What matters is the quality. And whether we live 70, 80 or 10, 20, it doesn't matter. What matters is we have completed the purpose